The clock on my dashboard reads 4:17 p.m. when I pull into the driveway, 2 hours earlier than usual. My arms are full of Chinese takeout, Cole's favorite orange chicken, and my mother's preferred beef and broccoli. The house is dark, silent. No lights, no movement, no sign of my 2-year-old's usual afternoon chaos. I'm Susan, and until today, I thought I was doing everything right as a single mom. Mom, I call out, juggling the takeout bags while fumbling with my keys. Colbert? Mama's home early. The silence that greets me sends a chill down my spine. My mother's car isn't in the driveway, but that's not unusual. She often takes Cole for walks or to the park. What is unusual is the complete stillness of our normally bustling home. I set the food down on the kitchen counter and check my phone. No missed calls, no texts. Just the usual reminder that my next payment to my mother is due in 3 days. $3,200. Same as every month for the past year. It's for Cole's well-being, she'd said when we first discussed the arrangement. Quality childcare isn't cheap, sweetheart. And you want the best for him, don't you? I did. I do. That's why I work 2 jobs. Accounting during the day and remote data entry 3 nights a week. That's why I handed over nearly half my monthly income to my mother, Victoria, trusting her to give Cole the attention I couldn't while I built our future. My phone buzzes. It's Olivia, my best friend. "How's the monster today?" she asks, her voice warm with affection for my son. "I don't know," I reply, trying to keep the tremor out of my voice. "I'm home early and they're not here. Did you check the tracking app?" The tracking app. Of course. I'd sewn a tiny GPS tracker into Cole's favorite blanket after his father disappeared from our lives. Just in case. "Checking now," I say, pulling up the app. The blue dot blinks steadily, but not at the park or the library or any of their usual spots. It's across town, in the gated community where my sister Michaela lives. "He's at Michaela's," I tell Olivia, confusion creeping into my voice. But that doesn't make sense. Mom never takes him there without telling me first. "Maybe it was a last-minute thing," Olivia suggests, but I can hear the concern in her voice. "Maybe," I say, already grabbing my keys. "I'm going to head over there." "Want me to come with?" I hesitate. "No, it's probably nothing. I'll call you back." The drive to Michaela's takes 20 minutes. 20 minutes of growing unease, of remembering little things I'd dismissed. The way Cole sometimes came home with new clothes I hadn't bought. How my mother started suggesting I pick up extra shifts, assuring me Cole was in good hands. Michaela's increased interest in my son's daily routine, his favorite foods, his nap time schedule. I pull up to Michaela's house, my headlights off. Through the large bay window, I can see movement inside. Warm light spills onto the manicured lawn. A child's laughter, Cole's laughter, drifts through the evening air. My phone buzzes again. It's my mother. "Susan, I thought you were working late tonight." "I got off early," I say, watching shadows move behind the curtains. "Thought I'd surprise Cole with dinner." "Where are you?" A pause. "Too long." "Oh, we're just at the park. Lost track of time. We'll head back now." Cole's voice carries clearly through the open window. "Again, Mama. Again." But it's not my mother he's calling Mama. My hands start to shake. "The park, Mom. Are you sure about that?" Another pause. "Susan, because I'm looking at Cole right now," I say, my voice eerily calm. "He's at Michaela's house, and he just called her Mama." The line goes dead. I sit in my car, watching my son, my baby, bounce on my sister's lap while she reads him a story. My mother appears in the frame, carrying what looks like Cole's favorite sippy cup. They look like a perfect family portrait. Except they're not his family. Not like this. My phone lights up with texts from my mother. "Let me explain. It's not what you think. We were going to tell you. We're just trying to help." I turn off my phone and start the car. As I drive away, I catch a glimpse of myself in the rearview mirror. I don't recognize the woman staring back at me. She looks dangerous. She looks ready for war. The Chinese food sits forgotten on my kitchen counter when I get home. I open my laptop and start typing. Dear Mr. Graham, I need legal representation immediately. My mother and sister have been... The cursor blinks, waiting for me to continue. Waiting for me to decide what kind of mother I'm going to be. I know exactly what kind. My fingers hover over the keyboard when my mother's car pulls into the driveway. I close my laptop and wait in the darkness of the kitchen. The front door opens, and I hear Cole's tired giggles mixed with my mother's hushed voice. Such a good boy today, she coos. Let's get you to bed before Mama comes home. My blood runs cold. Which Mama does she mean? I flick on the lights. Cole squeals, Mama, and runs to me, his little arms wrapping around my legs. My mother freezes in the doorway, her carefully maintained composure slipping for just a second. Susan, you're home early. She recovers quickly, smoothing her designer blouse. We were just at the park, I interrupt, lifting Cole into my arms. That's funny, because I called every park within 5 miles. No one saw you. She blinks, recalibrating. Well, we were actually at Michaela's house, I finish. I saw you there. I saw everything. Cole rests his head on my shoulder, thumb in his mouth, a habit my mother usually scolds him for. Tonight she says nothing. It's not what you think, she starts. Really? Because I think you've been taking my money. Money for Cole's care, and using it to orchestrate some twisted plan with Michaela. That's ridiculous, she scoffs, but her hand trembles as she sets down her purse. Your sister loves Cole. She just wants to be part of his life. Part of his life? I laugh, but there's no humor in it. She's trying to replace me, and you're helping her. Sweetheart, you're being paranoid. You work so much. We just thought, I work so much because you demanded $200 a month. My voice rises, and Cole whimpers. I lower it, kissing his head. Baby, can you go play in your room for a minute? Mama needs to talk to Grandma. Once Cole is out of earshot, I turn back to my mother. Show me your phone. Excuse me? Your phone. Now. Or should I call Michaela and ask her about all those times you brought Cole over without telling me? She hands it over reluctantly. I scroll through her messages with Michaela, my hands shaking with each revelation. Susan's working late again. Bring him over. He called me Mama today. I cried. We need to start documenting Susan's work schedule. Build our case. The lawyer says we need more time with him before we can file. I look up from the phone, my vision blurring with tears of rage. A lawyer? You're building a case against me? We're trying to protect Cole, she says, reaching for me. I step back. You're never home, Susan. You're always working. Michaela can give him a real family, a mother who's present, a father figure with Dylan. I'm never home because you made it impossible for me to be. I throw her phone onto the couch. Every cent I make goes to you or bills. And now I know why you wanted so much money. You've been financing Michaela's fantasy of stealing my son. Lower your voice, she hisses. You'll upset Cole. No. What's upsetting is discovering my own mother is trying to help my sister steal my child. I pull out my own phone, showing her the screenshots I've already taken. Every message, every secret visit, every time you lied about where you were taking him. I have it all. Her face changes, the mask of concern dropping to reveal something colder. Think carefully about what you're doing, Susan. You're a single mother working 2 jobs. The courts look at stability. They look at support systems. They look at what's best for the child. Are you threatening me? I'm warning you. Michaela can give Cole everything you can't. A stable home, 2 parents, financial security. I walk to the front door and open it. Get out. Susan, get out. Now. And if you or Michaela come near my son again without my permission, I'll have my lawyer contact yours. She pauses at the door. You're making a mistake. We're your family. No, I say, my voice steady despite the hurricane in my chest. You're just people who share my DNA. Now leave before I call the police. After she's gone, I sink to the floor, my whole body shaking. My phone buzzes with a text from Olivia. Got your message. Called Gilbert. He can meet first thing tomorrow. We've got your back. I hear Cole in his room, talking to his stuffed animals. My son. My baby. I wipe my eyes and stand up. There's no time for tears. I head to Cole's room, where he's arranged his toys in a circle for a pretend tea party. Hey, buddy, want to have a sleepover at Aunt Olivia's tonight? His face lights up. With Caden? Yep, your favorite cousin will be there. As I pack an overnight bag, my phone keeps buzzing with messages from my mother and Michaela. I block both numbers. They thought they could take advantage of my trust, my exhaustion, my desire to give Cole a better life. They thought wrong. This isn't just about custody anymore. This is about justice. And I'm just getting started. Olivia's house feels like a fortress. Cole sleeps peacefully in her guest room, while Caden, her 7-year-old, keeps guard outside the door like a tiny sentinel. I sit at her kitchen table, surrounded by printed bank statements and text messages. They've been planning this for months, Olivia says, spreading out the evidence. Look at these withdrawals. Your mother wasn't just pocketing your money. She was funding Michaela's whole operation. Gilbert, my lawyer, adjusts his glasses. Nursery furniture, children's clothes, even a college savings account, all purchased with your childcare payments. This is clear financial fraud. My phone lights up with another blocked call from Michaela. 10th one today. Remember when she visited you in the hospital? Olivia asks quietly. Right after Cole was born, the memory hits like a punch to the gut. Michaela, standing over my hospital bed, tears streaming down her face. I'll never know what this feels like, she'd said, touching my swollen belly. I'll never be a real mother. She was laying the groundwork even then, I whisper, making me feel guilty for having what she couldn't. A knock at the door makes us all jump. Olivia checks the security camera on her phone and swears under her breath. It's your mother and Michaela. Don't answer it, Gilbert advises, but I'm already moving to the window. They stand on the porch, my mother in her perfectly pressed clothes, Michaela clutching what looks like Cole's favorite stuffed elephant. Susan, Michaela calls out. Please, we just want to talk. I press record on my phone and open the door just enough to see them. There's nothing to talk about. Don't be childish, my mother snaps. We're trying to work this out as a family. Family? I laugh. Is that what you call conspiring to steal my child? Michaela steps forward, tears already flowing. I love him like he's my own. You're always working. He needs a mother who's there. He has a mother who's there. I'm there every moment I'm not working to pay the ransom you two created. We can all raise him together, Michaela pleads. Dylan and I have so much to offer. Like forged documents? I pull out my phone, showing them the preschool registration forms I'd found. You signed my name to these. That's identity theft. My mother's face hardens. We did what we had to do. You're too young, too inexperienced. I'm 29. I'm not some teenage mom you can manipulate anymore. The words explode out of me. You didn't want to help me. You wanted to help Michaela steal my son. Lower your voice, my mother hisses. The neighbors should hear this, should know how you extorted money from your own daughter, how you used my trust to try to replace me. Caden appears in the hallway, his young face concerned. Aunt Susan? Cole's asking for you. Michaela tries to push past me. Cole's here? Let me see him. I block the door with my body. Touch my son, and I'll have you arrested. You can't keep him from us, my mother says. We have rights. You have nothing. Gilbert appears behind me, his presence commanding. Mrs. Chavez, Mrs. Wilcox, I suggest you leave now. Any further contact with my client or her son will be considered harassment. You're making a huge mistake, my mother warns. We can make this very difficult for you, Susan. No, I say, my voice steady. I'm done letting you make things difficult for me. Goodbye. I close the door on their protests and slide down against it, my legs finally giving out. Olivia sits beside me, taking my hand. You did good, she says. Really good. Cole's asking for his elephant, Caden reports, still standing guard. I'll get him a new one, I say, standing up. He needs to learn that some things, and some people, we're better off without. Gilbert gathers his papers. I'll file the restraining order first thing tomorrow. In the meantime, document everything. Every call, every text, every attempt at contact. After he leaves, I check on Cole. He's curled up in the guest bed, thumb in his mouth again. Caden climbs in next to him, protective even in sleep. They look like real brothers, Olivia says from the doorway. This is what family should look like, I reply. Not whatever twisted version my mother and sister tried to create. My phone buzzes with a text from Michaela. You can't erase us from his life. We're his blood. I think of all the times she watched me struggle with bills, knowing where my money was really going. All the times my mother made me feel inadequate while plotting to replace me. All the secret visits, the lies, the manipulation. Blood doesn't make a family, I text back. Love does, and real love doesn't steal, lie, or manipulate. I block her number before she can respond and turn to Olivia. I need your help with something else. Name it. I need to disappear. Just for a little while. Long enough to show them what losing Cole really feels like. Olivia's smile is fierce. I know just the place. For the first time in days, I feel something like hope. They thought they could break me. Instead, they've made me dangerous. Let them feel what it's like to lose everything they love. Olivia's lake house is exactly what we need. Remote, secure, and unknown to my family. Cole runs around the wooden deck, chasing butterflies while I unpack our emergency bags. It's been 3 days since we disappeared. My phone rings. Gilbert, your mother just left my office, he says without preamble. She's filing for emergency custody. I grip the railing. On what grounds? She's claiming you're unstable, that you've kidnapped Cole and are endangering his welfare. He shuffles papers. But here's where it gets interesting. I subpoenaed their bank records. You need to see this. I'm putting you on video chat. Gilbert's face appears on my screen, holding up documents. Your mother didn't just use your money for Michaela's fake motherhood fantasy. She's been planning this for over a year. Look at these payments to family court attorneys, child psychologists, even a private investigator. A private investigator? To document your work hours, your dating life, anything they could use against you. He holds up another paper. But here's their fatal mistake. Michaela forged your signature on medical documents. She's been taking Cole to her preferred pediatrician, listing herself as mother. That's illegal. Extremely. And there's more. The money trail shows they've been setting up a nursery at Michaela's house for months. Designer furniture, custom murals, all paid for with your childcare payments. Cole runs over, showing me a leaf he found. I kiss his head, my heart aching at how oblivious he is to all this. What's our next move? I ask Gilbert. We counterfile. Hard. I've already submitted evidence of financial fraud, identity theft, and emotional manipulation. But we need to be strategic about your disappearance. Olivia appears on the deck with lunch for Cole. Tell him about the recordings, she calls out. What recordings? Gilbert's smile is grim. Your mother's been busy. She left voicemails for several family court judges, trying to establish a pattern of concern about your parenting. Unfortunately for her, she admitted to some interesting things in those calls. He plays one. Yes, we've been preparing for this transition for months. Susan's so young, so unstable. We've been documenting everything, making sure Cole spends more time with my other daughter. Yes, without Susan's knowledge, she hung herself with her own words. Gilbert says. But there's something else you should know. Dylan, Michaela's husband, he came to see me today. My breath catches. Why? He's filing for divorce. Apparently, he had no idea how deep this went. He thought the nursery was for future adoption plans. When he found out about the forged documents and financial fraud, he wanted no part of it. Good, I say, watching Cole chase bubbles Olivia's blowing. At least someone in this mess has a conscience. He's willing to testify about Michaela's obsession with replacing you. Says she's been practicing signing your name for months. My phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. It's Michaela. Mom's having chest pains from stress. If anything happens to her, it's your fault. Classic manipulation, Olivia says, reading over my shoulder. Next, they'll probably call hospitals pretending to look for you. Already happening, Gilbert confirms. They've called 3 local hospitals claiming Cole needs emergency medical care. I've alerted them all to the situation. How long do we stay hidden? I ask. Give me 1 week. Let them spiral. Let them make mistakes. The more desperate they get, the more evidence we collect. After we hang up, I watch Cole playing with his new stuffed elephant. Bright blue. Nothing like the one Michaela tried to use as a peace offering. He's adapted so quickly, accepting our vacation without question. You know what kills me? I tell Olivia. They could have just been loving grandma and aunt. Could have had a real relationship with him instead of trying to steal him. Some people can't love normally, she says. They have to possess, control, manipulate. Your mother did it to you growing up, and now she's helping Michaela do it to Cole. My phone buzzes again. An email from my mother's account. Subject line: Please read. Important about Cole's future. I open it. My hands steady. Susan, your behavior is selfish and childish. Cole needs stability, structure, and a mother who puts his needs first. Michaela can provide that. She has a college fund set up for him, a beautiful nursery, everything you can't give him. Don't force us to take legal action. Come home. Let's discuss custody arrangements that benefit everyone. Mom. I forward it to Gilbert with one word. Evidence. They really think they can win this, don't they? Olivia asks. They think money and manipulation will give them what they want. I watch Cole yawn, ready for his afternoon nap. They don't understand that real motherhood isn't about nurseries or college funds. It's about protecting your child from people who would hurt them, even if those people share your blood. Mama, sleepy, Cole calls, reaching for me. I scoop him up, breathing in his sweet baby scent. Let's rest, baby. Mama's got you. And I always will, no matter who tries to come between us. 1 week stretches into 2. The lake house becomes our sanctuary while my mother and sister's world crumbles. Gilbert keeps me updated through secure video calls. They're getting desperate, he says during our morning briefing. Your mother tried to access your bank accounts yesterday. When that failed, she showed up at your workplace claiming medical emergency. Did anyone tell her anything? No. Your HR department has been fully briefed. But that's not the interesting part. He holds up a document. Michaela's husband Dylan gave us access to their home security footage. You need to see this. The video shows my mother and sister in Michaela's nursery, my money's worth of designer furniture on full display. They're arguing. You promised this would work, Michaela shouts, throwing a stack of papers. You said if we documented everything, got him to call me Mama, the courts would see. Keep your voice down, my mother hisses. The neighbors? I don't care about the neighbors. I care about my son. He's not your son. Dylan's voice booms from off camera. This has gone too far, Michaela. You're forging documents, stealing money. I'm giving him a better life, Michaela screams. Susan doesn't deserve him. She didn't even want him at first. The video ends. I sit back, stunned. That's not even the worst part, Gilbert says. Check your email. I open the attachment he sent. It's a series of text messages between my mother and Michaela from months ago. Susan's working late again. Perfect time to start sleep training Cole our way. He cried for her today. Had to distract him with new toys. Keep documenting every time she's not home. Courts love patterns. Dylan's getting suspicious. Keep him focused on the adoption paperwork. They were systematically trying to erase me, I whisper. And failing, Olivia adds from behind me. She's been my rock through all this, letting Cole play with Caden while we build our case. My phone lights up with a news alert. Someone's been talking to the local media. The headline makes my blood boil. Local mother missing with toddler. Family concerned. They're trying to control the narrative, Gilbert says, but we're one step ahead. I've got a journalist friend ready to run the real story, complete with financial records and forged documents. Do it, I say. It's time everyone saw who they really are. The story breaks that afternoon. My mother's carefully crafted social image shatters as evidence of her manipulation goes public. Michaela's fertility support group drops her. Their country club friends start asking questions. Dylan calls me directly. I had no idea, he says, his voice heavy with guilt. I thought we were just helping with childcare while you worked. Then I found the forged documents in Michaela's desk. Why are you telling me this now? Because I'm done covering for them. Michaela, she needs help. This obsession with replacing you, it's not healthy. I've got videos of her practicing your signature, rehearsing conversations with Cole about being his real mother. Send everything to Gilbert, I tell him. And Dylan? Thank you for choosing truth. Later that evening, while Cole and Caden build blanket forts, my mother makes her final desperate move. A text from an unknown number. I know where you are. The lake house. Come home now, or I call the police and report a kidnapping. You have 1 hour. I show Olivia the message. She smiles. A fierce, protective smile. Perfect, she says. They took the bait. Because this isn't my friend's lake house. This is a property owned by Gilbert's law firm, used for clients needing safe harbor. Every visit my mother makes, every threat she sends, is documented by security cameras and legal witnesses. I text back. Go ahead. Call them. I'm sure they'd love to hear about the forged documents, the financial fraud, and the documented conspiracy to alienate a child from his mother. Minutes later, Gilbert calls. They just tried to file an emergency custody petition. Judge threw it out and warned them about filing false reports. But there's more. Your mother's been recording your conversations for months, trying to catch you saying something they could use against you. Two can play that game, I say, thinking of my own recordings. What's our next move? We go nuclear, he says. Tomorrow morning, we file for full custody with supervised visitation only. The evidence is overwhelming. Financial fraud, identity theft, attempted parental alienation, conspiracy. Do it, I say, watching Cole laugh as Caden pretends to be a monster in their fort. No more playing nice. My phone buzzes one last time. Michaela again. You're ruining everything. We just wanted to give him a better life. A real family. I type back. He has a real family. Me. And after tomorrow, you'll learn what it really feels like to lose a child. Then I join the boys in their fort, letting their innocent laughter wash away the darkness. Tomorrow we go to war. But tonight, I'm just a mother, watching her son play, protected by people who understand what real love looks like. The courthouse feels colder than I remember. Cole stays with Olivia while I sit across from my mother and sister in mediation. Dylan sits separately with his own lawyer, a stack of evidence files in front of him. Let's begin, the mediator says, her eyes sharp and assessing. We're here to address serious allegations of financial fraud, identity theft, and attempted parental alienation. My mother sits perfectly straight, her designer suit a armor of respectability. This is all a misunderstanding. We were only trying to help. Help? Gilbert interrupts, laying out documents. Is that what you call extorting $200 monthly from your daughter while secretly funding an illegal custody scheme? Michaela bursts into tears. Right on cue. We love Cole. We just wanted what's best for him. What's best for him? I lean forward, like forging my signature on medical documents, teaching him to call you mama behind my back, using my childcare payments to build a nursery for a child you plan to steal. Nobody was stealing anything, my mother snaps, but her hands shake as Gilbert presents the bank records. The evidence suggests otherwise, the mediator says. Mrs. Chavez, can you explain these payments to family court attorneys dating back 9 months? I was exploring options. Options for what? Gilbert presses. Because we have recorded conversations of you discussing plans to file for emergency custody, while deliberately creating situations to make my client appear unstable. Dylan clears his throat. Show them the videos. His lawyer plays the security footage from their home. Scene after scene of Michaela and my mother coaching Cole, practicing signatures, planning their strategy. Michaela's face crumples as she watches herself on screen. Turn it off, she whispers. No, I say. Watch it. Watch yourself plotting to steal my son. Watch yourself practicing my signature. Watch yourself destroying your own marriage. I just wanted to be a mother, she sobs. By stealing my child? By taking advantage of my trust? By making me work myself to exhaustion while you played house with my son? The mediator holds up a hand. We have substantial evidence of premeditated fraud and identity theft. This goes beyond a family dispute. My mother's lawyer shifts uncomfortably. Perhaps we could discuss a supervised visitation schedule. No, I cut in. No visitation. No contact. They lost that privilege when they tried to erase me from my son's life. Susan, please. My mother reaches across the table. We're family. Family? I pull out my phone, playing the recording from their last visit to the lake house. Their voices fill the room, plotting to report me for kidnapping, discussing their plans to transition Cole away from me. That's enough, the mediator says. Based on the evidence presented, I'll be recommending full custody to Ms. Owens with no visitation rights for maternal grandmother or aunt. Furthermore, I'm obligated to report the financial fraud and identity theft to the proper authorities. Michaela collapses into tears. My mother's face goes stark white. You can't do this, she whispers. He's my grandson. He's my son, I correct her. And you'll never use him to manipulate me again. Dylan stands up. There's one more thing. He hands his lawyer a USB drive. Security footage from our home office. Michaela practicing Susan's signature on legal documents. Multiple instances, dated and time-stamped. Michaela whirls on him. You promised you deleted those. I promised a lot of things, he says quietly, before I knew what you were really doing. The mediator reviews the new evidence, her expression grave. This moves beyond civil court. Identity theft is a criminal offense. No, Michaela pleads. You don't understand. I needed him. Susan doesn't appreciate him like I would. Like you would? I stand up, my voice steady. You appreciated him so much you helped manipulate and exhaust his actual mother? You appreciated him so much you were willing to commit crimes to steal him? Mrs. Wilcox, the mediator interrupts, I strongly suggest you retain criminal defense counsel. My mother tries one last time. Susan, think about what you're doing. Think about Cole. I am thinking about Cole. I'm thinking about protecting him from people who would teach him that love means manipulation, that family means fraud, that it's okay to steal what you want if you want it badly enough. Gilbert presents the final document, a restraining order. My client is prepared to press criminal charges unless you both agree to cease all contact immediately. They sign. What choice do they have? The evidence is overwhelming. As we leave the mediation room, I hear Michaela's broken whisper. What have we done? What indeed? Outside, Olivia waits with Cole. He runs to me, his arms outstretched, and I lift him up, breathing in his sweet baby scent. Home now, Mama, he asks. Yes, baby. We're going home. I look back at the courthouse. and no one will ever try to take you away from me again. Olivia squeezes my shoulder. You did it. We did it, I correct her. Now we just have to rebuild. Cole plays with my necklace, completely unaware of the war that's just ended. That's exactly how it should be. Let him stay innocent. Let him grow up knowing only real, unconditional love. That's the best revenge of all. The final hearing comes 3 weeks later. Cole plays in the courthouse daycare while I face my mother and sister one last time. The judge reviews the mountain of evidence, her expression growing darker with each page. In all my years on the bench, she begins, I've rarely seen such a calculated attempt to alienate a child from their parent. My mother sits rigid in her expensive suit, while Michaela dabs at her eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief. Their act doesn't work anymore, not with the evidence laid bare. The financial fraud alone is staggering, the judge continues. Mrs. Chavez, you extracted over $38,400 from your daughter under the guise of childcare, then used that money to fund an illegal custody scheme. Mrs. Wilcox, you forged legal documents, medical records, and attempted to systematically replace your sister as your nephew's mother. Your Honor, their lawyer starts. My clients acknowledge their mistakes. Mistakes? The judge holds up a stack of papers. These bank statements show premeditated fraud. These text messages show conspiracy. These security videos show calculated identity theft. These aren't mistakes. This is criminal behavior. I feel Gilbert shift beside me, ready for our final move. Your Honor, he says, standing. Given the overwhelming evidence of manipulation and fraud, my client requests full custody with no visitation rights, plus financial restitution. Granted, the judge says without hesitation. Furthermore, I'm referring this case to the District Attorney's Office for criminal prosecution. Michaela crumples, while my mother's face turns to stone. However, the judge continues, before we conclude, there's the matter of the temporary guardianship filed last week. My mother's head snaps up. What guardianship? I stand, my voice clear and strong. During our 30-day separation, I transferred temporary guardianship of Cole. Not to Michaela, like you always wanted, to someone who understands real love. The courtroom doors open. Olivia walks in, holding official papers. No, my mother whispers. Ms. Matthews has been appointed Cole's legal guardian in the event anything happens to me, I announce. She's also been granted exclusive backup custody rights. Michaela lunges forward. You can't do that. We're his family. Order! The judge's gavel cracks like thunder. Mrs. Wilcox, control yourself, or I'll have you removed. The paperwork is already filed and approved, Gilbert adds. Ms. Matthews has demonstrated a consistent pattern of putting Cole's well-being first, unlike his maternal grandmother and aunt. My mother finds her voice. This is ridiculous. We have rights. You had rights, the judge interrupts. You lost them when you chose fraud over family. The court recognizes Ms. Matthews as Cole's legal backup guardian, effective immediately. Olivia sits behind me, her presence solid and reassuring. Everything we planned, every move we made, has led to this moment. Your Honor, I say, standing again. There's one more thing. I pull out a final document, the results of our financial audit. We found evidence that my mother has been running this same scheme with other vulnerable single mothers, taking their money, promising childcare, then using that money to fund her own agenda. The judge's eyes narrow. How many others? 3 that we've confirmed. All young mothers, all paying thousands monthly, all being manipulated and exhausted while their children were used as pawns. You're lying, my mother shouts, but her face has gone pale. The bank records don't lie, Gilbert says, presenting more evidence. We've already contacted the other victims. They're willing to testify. The judge reviews the new evidence, her expression hardening. Bailiff, please take Mrs. Chavez into custody. This is now a criminal matter. As the bailiff approaches, my mother turns to me one last time. Susan, please, I'm your mother. No, I say quietly. You're just someone who gave birth to me. Olivia has shown more true motherly love in 3 weeks than you have in my entire life. They lead my mother away while Michaela sobs into her hands. Her new lawyer whispers urgently in her ear, probably advising her to cooperate with prosecutors. Court is adjourned, the judge announces. Ms. Owens, you have full custody. The restraining orders are permanent. Ms. Matthews, congratulations on your appointment as backup guardian. Outside the courtroom, Cole runs to me from the daycare area. I scoop him up, holding him close while Olivia hugs us both. Home now? He asks, playing with my hair. Yes, baby. We're going home. And guess what? Aunt Olivia and Caden are coming for dinner. His face lights up. Pizza night? Pizza night, Olivia confirms, tickling him. And maybe ice cream if you're good. As we walk out of the courthouse, I catch a glimpse of Michaela being led to a meeting with prosecutors. She looks small now, stripped of her designer clothes and manipulative power. You okay? Olivia asks softly. Better than okay, I reply, watching Cole chat excitedly about pizza toppings. I'm free. We're free. The autumn sun feels warm on my face as we head to the car. Behind us, the courthouse holds the remnants of my old family. Ahead of us lies something better. A family built on love, not manipulation. Trust, not control. Mama, Cole says, pointing at a butterfly. Look, I look. At the butterfly. At my son. At our future. Sometimes the family you choose is stronger than the family you're born into. And sometimes justice looks exactly like freedom. The morning sun streams through our kitchen window as Cole helps me make pancakes. His little hands are covered in flour, and he's concentrating hard on stirring the batter, just like he does every Saturday morning now that we have time for traditions. The doorbell rings. Cole looks up, excited. Caden? Not yet, buddy. Keep stirring. I check the security camera on my phone, a habit I haven't shaken. It's our mail carrier with a certified letter. I sign for it, recognizing the return address from the state correctional facility. Mama, look! Cole holds up the bowl proudly. All mixed. Perfect timing. Let's get these on the griddle before Aunt Olivia and Caden arrive. As Cole carefully drops blueberries into each pancake, his new favorite job, I open the letter. My mother's handwriting is smaller than I remember. Dear Susan, the court-mandated therapy has helped me understand the damage I've done. I won't ask for forgiveness. I don't deserve it. But you should know that Michaela has entered an intensive treatment program for her obsessive behavior. Dylan filed for divorce last week. I'll serve my time for the fraud charges. The other mothers you found, they deserved better. You all did. Take care of Cole. Love him the way I should have loved you. Victoria. The doorbell rings again. This time it is Olivia and Caden, carrying grocery bags full of fresh fruit and whipped cream. We brought toppings, Caden announces, running to hug Cole. Olivia spots the letter in my hand. You okay? Better than okay, I say, tossing it in the recycling bin. The past belongs in the past. The boys set the table together while Olivia and I finish the pancakes. Through the window, I can see our newly planted garden. Cole's idea. He wanted to grow something of our own. Did you hear about Michaela? Olivia asks quietly. Mom mentioned she's in treatment. Gilbert says she's cooperating with prosecutors, revealing other cases of identity theft. Apparently this wasn't her first attempt at stealing someone's life. The boys laugh at something, their friendship pure and uncomplicated. This is what family should sound like. Joy, not manipulation. Ms. Rodriguez from next door asked about Cole's preschool, I tell Olivia. Turns out she's a single mom too. I invited her and her daughter for pizza night next week. Building a real support network, Olivia nods approvingly. That's how it should be. The doorbell rings a third time. This time it's Gilbert, carrying a folder. Sorry to interrupt Saturday pancakes, he says, accepting a plate from Cole. But I thought you'd want to see this right away. Inside the folder is a court order, The final dissolution of all legal ties between my mother, Michaela, and Cole. Plus something else. Documentation of my mother's assets being liquidated to repay her victims. The other mothers send their thanks, Gilbert says. Your case helped them get justice too. Cole tugs on my sleeve. Mama, can we plant tomatoes next? Ms. Rodriguez says they're easy. Sure, baby. We can plant whatever you want. As we all sit down to breakfast, I look around the table. Caden showing Cole how to make whipped cream mountains. Olivia and Gilbert discussing plans for a single-parent support group at the community center. This is what we built from the ashes of betrayal. Something real. Something strong. My phone buzzes with a text from Dylan. Signed the divorce papers today. Thank you for showing me what real integrity looks like. Cole's laugh pulls me back to the present. He's got whipped cream on his nose, and Caden's trying to teach him how to flip pancakes with a plastic spatula. Careful there, chef, I say, snapping a picture of their matching grins. We're practicing, Cole announces. For when we open our restaurant. Oh, really? I raise an eyebrow at Caden. And what kind of restaurant will it be? Pancakes and pizza, they say in unison, like it's obvious. Olivia catches my eye across the table, both of us holding back tears at their innocent planning. This is childhood as it should be. Safe, supported, surrounded by genuine love. The morning sun catches the crystals hanging in our kitchen window. Cole's art project from last week. Rainbow light dances across the walls, across our faces, across the future we're building. Mama, watch this, Cole calls, attempting another pancake flip. I watch. I'll always watch, always protect, always love. Not because blood demands it, but because love chooses it. The pancake lands perfectly. Everyone cheers. This is what victory tastes like. Blueberries and whipped cream, served with a side of justice. This is what family feels like. Chosen, cherished, real. This is what freedom looks like. A Saturday morning filled with laughter, untainted by manipulation or fear. And if karma doesn't call, that's okay. Sometimes karma shows up for breakfast instead, wearing a whipped cream smile and planning a pancake and pizza empire with your son.